We're going to look at a cool exercise which helps us to get to learn all the notes in the key of C major across your fretboard as opposed to across the strings. We're also going to look at hammer-ons and pull-offs, picking exercises, and then we're going to expand and see how we can take a really straightforward basic exercise and make it a lot more creative. But let's first learn that basic exercise. We're going to start looking at the first bar, which is 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, starting on the second string and then finishing off on the 5th fret of the first string. So one more time, slow motion, and pay attention to my finger numbers, especially the stretch with the pinky. And also when I'm playing this, I'm actually only picking the first note. Check this out quickly. I'm going to focus on my picking hand, and you can see there I pick down on the first note. I'm holding the first string with that for string noise. As you can hear, the high gain really wants to make a noise. And then onto the first string there. Now, the secret for keeping your guitar quiet for high gain with lots of distortion is to make sure that your thumb is resting on the strings above the string you're playing. So if I'm playing that string, you can see my thumb is actually resting on those strings. You can see them move. Then also you can see my middle finger busy moving there, actually holding my first string in place so that it can't make noise. Okay, now let's get back to the basic exercise and we're going to work our way through it. And back to the fretting hand again. Now you've done the first bar, it's 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5. And then you move up to the next group. Now try and make it one quick jump like that. So your first position, finish that, and then jump up. Now the next one's going to go 3, 5, 6, 3, 5, 7. But when you do it slow motion, we don't actually want that pause. So rhythmically, your goal is something like this. Okay, and a bit more speed. And you gradually, you get faster. Now for those that want to pick as well, I don't mind if you decide that you want to pick each note. Now I'm going to focus again onto my picking hand. And you can see up close over here, alternative picking strokes. So very small movement. And you can see one more time, super slow motion. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And as you get the speed, you gradually work your way up the fretboard. Now we're not going to go through every single bar note for note because that would mean this video is going to go on forever. Okay, but I'm going to do one more bar. We've done the first and second bar. We've done the 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, 3, 5, 6, 3, 5, 7, and then one more bar, 5, 6, 8, 5, 7, 8, and then obviously join them together. Okay, nice and clean. Now, never underestimate the use of a metronome, and even better so, try and get a nice drum sort of rhythm section. Something like this, for example. Now, that over there is presently a typical sort of triplet sort of feel to it, running at 130 beats per minute. And I'm going to show you how nice it is to actually practice now with a metronome. And you can hear how it helps. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then obviously you want to go faster and faster. That was 130, maybe 160 for example, just to give you an idea what your target speeds can be. And a bit faster. Now again, I'm not going to go through every single BPM because again it takes time. But please get yourself a drum rhythm timekeeping type of metronome system going. There are a lot of nice apps which actually work really, really well. So download, practice with something keeping time for you and take note of your speed, your BPM, beats per minute. Now, whenever we do a new exercise like the joining the modes, the basic concept pattern one which you just did, you want to try and see how much can I get from this exercise. In other words, can I reverse it? So if you look at exercise number 2, or pattern number 2 rather, I've descended it from fret 13. Obviously we can take it higher, you can take it from wherever you like. It's the concept over here. And the concept over here is you playing it backwards. So in other words, instead of going, you're now going to go backwards. Like that the whole way through. Then you can go backwards while going forwards. Sort of sounds almost political, eh? Okay, let's not go there. What we mean by backwards while going forwards, you descend each bar, for example, but then you jump up, up, up. So you're actually descending each bar, but the overall concept is ascending. Nice ways to sit and practice. Then you can ascend while going backwards. So you're going to go up the scale now, but each bar works its way down. Now patterns 1 through 3 and so on the PDF file that you have actually cover the different concepts for you. What it doesn't show you is other pretty cool tricks as well, where you can actually sort of employ slides, you can apply hammer-ons, we can even do a little bit of tremolo picking. But let's start first of all now and pretend that we're only going to work with the second string. And why the second string, not the first? I had to pick one string, I went for the second. Okay, so instead of doing this, I'm only going to use the second. Watch this. And we get this. Now you can obviously do pull-offs as well. Obviously there's a whole lot of different mathematical combinations that we can reverse it, etc, etc. But we want to take that single string phrase now and we want to add some slides to this. Now this time we're going to leave the pinky alone. So if your pinky's a bit exhausted from the stretches so far, this is a cool one to deviate and give the pinky a break. Watch this. 1, 3, slide to the 5. And I'm only picking the first note. Pick, and then I'm going to hammer on, slide, bring my picking hand back, pick, hammer, slide. So I get this. It's a nice way to get around for soloing. So it's a lot of useful techniques you can actually employ into your improvising skills. So revise so far. We got the picking one. We got hammer-ons. Okay, played one wrong note there. I'm sorry. Then we decided to go one string only. Then we decided to slide it. It actually works quite nice if you actually do that last one, actually fingers 1 and 2. It gives a nice sort of rhythmic sort of muscle sort of repetition feel. In other words, the fingers have got a repetition. Finger 1, 2, slide. Finger 1, 2, slide. Finger 1, 2, slide. It actually makes the sort of repetition of the finger sequence a lot easier. 1, 2, slide, 1, 2, slide, 1, 2, slide, 1, 2, slide. And of course you can do it backwards as well, starting higher up. Okay, went a bit out of frame there, huh? Okay, but you got the concept for this the whole way through. So we're getting to know everything in the key of C major. So this entire exercise actually is in C major as written on your PDF. Now obviously we could take it to other strings as well. We can take the concept to, let's say, strings 5 and 4. Bit of a different angle so you can see it better. Do some hammer-ons and pull-offs, or just hammer-ons actually. And you can get some nice little legato fast phrases. You can put a bit of palm damping into it as well. So if you bring your palm more into the, just above the bridge, gives a nice sort of almost, I want to say sort of rhythmic, sort of percussive, sort of rhythmic sort of feel to it, with a hammer-on and pull-off with the palm damping at the back. And then if you sit and take it, it's a nice way to get around your guitar as well. And again, you can reverse that and you can go to one string and. So there's the concepts or possibilities here are endless. You can decide to say, well, okay, what happens if I want to go, and I don't want to go there, I want to go to that string instead. Same notes, same concept. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Over there I borrowed this B flat, which shouldn't really be inside this. If you wanted to get more purist, or if you're thinking melodic minor, you could put the F sharp in, and you can go, because that note's F sharp. So you could actually do this if you wanted to stay in the key of C and make use of your melodic minor. Slow motion. Here comes this F sharp. And then you're using your C sharp from your major blues scale, F sharp into melodic minor again, and you're back into the key of C. Actually never left it really, this was accidentals justified by the different types of scales you get. So rewinds over here, we've got some nice hammer-ons and pull-offs. We've got some metronomes going over here. We'll do it at 190 just to see if I can still get up to the speeds. Here's 190. Palm down bit. Different strings. And like we said, we can reverse them, we can sit and do slides, we can go. So a whole lot of different things that you can actually expand from this exercise. So when you're learning this, don't just learn it and leave it there. Ask yourself, what can I do to make this more creative? Okay. To finish off the jam over here, I'm going to do a sort of a backtrack sort of special, and I'm going to do the entire solo only using strings 1 and 2. In other words, using the notes that we've been working with, just to give an idea what can be done. Okay, this is going to be a little bit rocky for a blues backtrack, but let's have some fun. 3, go! So it's a bit sort of sneaky staying off the other strings. I have to sort of think my way around it because obviously I want to go this way as well. But as an exercise, once you've learned this, take of your favorite backtracks, obviously in the key of C, A minor, and jam along with it and try and make them work for you. Try and adapt it to your styles. If you like more of a rocky sound, more of a blues sound, more of a jazz sound. It's not about the style, it's about how you want to apply it and knowing where to find the notes. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope by now that you can go up and down all in the key of C major, strings 1 and 2. Later we'll do some nice string skipping where you get nice arpeggios built out of it, but that's a study for another day. Have an awesome day. Thank you.